All right, it's been a busy morning so far. It's 1:30 in the afternoon and I'm just lacing up. We are taking the Boston 10s out on a little run. I'm probably gonna roast at 75 and sunny, and I'm used to running at 5 in the morning when it's still cool, but I'm excited about it. The goal of today's video is to do a little deeper dive and talk about some things I've been meaning to share with you about this Boston 10 and one other pair of shoes. I'm gonna lace up, get this run going, and we will chat when I get back. Back to another episode. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Evan Blankenship. Today we took the Boston 10 out on a 7.5 mile run. Average pace was just over 7 minutes a mile, 7:04, and it was just a nice afternoon run. My brain was a little fried after a 4-hour test, so I'm sure you all can relate to that at some time, whether it's finals or whatever, but it was nice to get out and put these to a test. The real test of the run today was whether or not this stays in the rotation. So right now, this shoe is at 84 miles. I know that is quite a lot of miles to still be deciding if you like the shoe. And I kind of had my mind made up for a while now. It really pained me to kind of come to this conclusion. I'm gonna have to pass. I just am gonna have to pass on the Boston 10. There's a lot of really good things I like about the shoe. I love the design. I think this throwback look is super cool. My wife is a little on the fence about it. I think what is for her is, if you can pick it up here, this two-tone of the two foams. I don't mind that. I really kind of like a lot of the looks to it, but beyond that, when you get down to performance, it is just a flop for me. It kind of feels pretty good at first. When you put it on, it's very snug. And then that actually leads into one of its biggest flaws for me. It is just way too tight. Like, I don't have a very, high volume foot. I fit into most shoes, but this thing, I mean, my goodness, you have to have a tiny little low volume foot to fit into this thing and feel comfortable. I enjoy the race fit, snug fit shoes. So for me to be able to say that about a shoe means it's too much. And then what is the purpose of this shoe? I mean, I can appreciate all the tech that went into this thing. The multi-layer, 2 different styles of foam. You have the Light Strike Pro and the regular Light Strike, and as well as the energy rods in the bottom there. It's very heavy. There's overlays and different things going on with the shoe. And then you add all the different layers of foam and the energy rods. It is just a firm ride, and it only feels good at kind of like this up-tempo pace. But it's so heavy. Like, I don't mind carrying a little bit of extra shoe if it's doing something for me. Now, granted, with all the foams and energy rods, you would think that it would, but it just kind of only likes to be running fast, but then it's counterproductive because it's so heavy to run that fast. So I think there's a better option, for a high stack shoe if you want to run long miles and you want to I enjoy cushion. If you like a very firm ride, you'll enjoy this shoe. If you like cushion on your long runs and you like the responsiveness for your up-tempo runs, I would say this does not do either one of those. This might be a perfect shoe for somebody, but for me, it's not it. I do like the fit and the feel. When you first put it on, it's very snug, slipper-like, I guess, if you would. But then when you start to run, it just is a little restrictive, too heavy, too firm for me. The Adizero Boston 10 is a pass. Sorry. And that takes me on to the next one. If you saw the title, it was I'm gonna have to pass plus one other, and the one other is going to be the Skechers Speed Freek. Now, this one was, I think I'm only sitting at just about 40 miles in this shoe, which I think for this type of shoe is about right. It's a specific shoe, and I enjoy that. Like, I know a lot of the shoes on the channel we review cover multi-purpose runs, and this one is much more of a specific one. This was supposed to be targeted for a marathon race shoe. I think it can absolutely handle that, but for me, in my use case, my running rotation, it's just not there for me. I feel this falls in line much more with like the Speed or the Training Companion type shoes, but it comes in at $190. I think you can do much better for less money. And then if you do want that marathon shoe, there's better one. You will spend a little bit more, but really $10 more gets you into the Endorphin Pro 2, and I think that's a much better marathon shoe. This, I think, does come in a little bit lighter weight than the Endorphin Pro, but for me, it's a better feel, it's a better lockdown. I think the lockdown on this one is where it really gets me, and just kind of like, it's stripped down, that's fine with me, but it's just, for the cost, I would rather save a little bit more and do like an actual like training companion type of shoe, like maybe the Endorphin Speed. You could even do a little bit cheaper and do like the Brooks Hyperion Tempo. You know, it's not plated, this is a plated shoe, but do you really need a plated shoe for all of your training? Maybe, maybe not, but it's nice to have the push in there. For a marathon, I'm absolutely gonna go with a plated shoe, and I think you can just do a little bit more for your money. Again, I think this is, both of these shoes are no's for me because I would rather split them up and do two shoes that are more specific, and then a shoe that covers multi-purpose runs, the easy runs. I think that's where I'm really kind of deciding, like multi-purpose kind of style shoes for me are better suited in the easy recovery up to the tempo runs. And then beyond that, like even a tempo run, interval run, marathon, I definitely want a specific shoe for each of those. So that's why I'm gonna pass on this. I did like the fit of this one. It felt good. I like the winglet design. I like the little bit wider platform in the front. It did remind me a lot of like a racing companion to the Max Road 5. However, for my money, my mileage, I'm gonna go with a no on both of those, and it does pain me because they're just pretty cool. I mean, they are cool shoes, and they're gonna do some people great. I think they're gonna be a perfect yes for others, but just for me, my mileage, I'm gonna have to do no. And that is going to wrap up today's video. I wanted to keep this one nice and short for you guys. We are getting closer and closer to winter time here in Illinois, and it just got me thinking, are you a treadmill runner, or will you just layer up and get outside regardless of the conditions? Or maybe you cross train, ride a bike, or do something indoors, weight train. Let me know. I'm really curious down in the comments below. Let me know what you do to keep yourselves motivated through the winter time and how you stay fit through that. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, and I just wanna say thank you so much for staying tuned all the way to the end of the video. It really helps me out. Like this video if you enjoyed this kind of content. Also subscribe if you are not yet already, and then that bell icon to get notified every time I release a new video. And pass it along to your friends. We are closing in. I know it's a new channel, but we're getting close to 200 and 500s around the corner from that. So that is a big goal of mine, is to hit that 500 mark and keep moving further and further. So I just want to say thank you so much. And with that, go forward in power, love, and a sound mind, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.